All right. Today's a special episode. We have Mr. Brooks himself here, live from Las Vegas. What are you doing all the way out here in Las Vegas?
That's a good question. Dallas sounds so much better right about now, but I guess your team did beat us in the little playoffs, so we didn't do that good. Yeah, 110 degrees. I love it. 120 degrees the other day.
Yeah, it was 112 today. Jeez. But I think, what was it? You came out here last August. I don't think you've left. Have you left since then?
Been here quite a bit. Yeah, once you decided to pull the trigger on Defense University and start educating small businesses, I was all in.
Yeah. So, we were debating, remember, because I know we're going every 2 weeks on the show now. So we were debating, do we go live this week or not? But there's been so much going on. If you were around the FWA offices, it was just packed full of stuff and exciting stuff, because we did expand the university out, didn't we? Tell us a little bit about that.
So the biggest problem that we had, if you will, it's a good problem to have, is that the classroom was limited in size. So we have about, it's almost the same size classroom here, just a little bit bigger. So there's a little bit more room, but the outside is just unbelievably 10 times bigger. So we're going to have gate operators and access control and chain link and all that stuff set up. So yes, we moved to a new facility, and class starting on Monday will be in the new facility.
Yeah. So tell us about the new class. It was kind of exciting. It's our first time. Normally it's a 2-day class we've been doing. So this one's going to 5. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for 5 days of intense training?
Well, intense teaching and training too, because I'll learn quite a bit at these classes as well too. But so no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready because this man right here just said just a few weeks ago, hey, you know what I'll do? Let's do a 5-day class instead of 2. So luckily, we've got some great strategic partners with Cellgate and Allomatic and AES and BD Loops and SAS, and they're all going to come in and share their expertise. And we're going to do live installation of this equipment. We're cutting the loop and putting it in the ground, and we're going to use the BD Loop, saw blade, and loop sealant from start to finish. It will be all BD loops. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited about the new courseware, and I finally get to do some of the stuff that I hadn't done in the past, which is we are literally going to break a relay apart, physically push it together, open and close, and have somebody put their meter on it and test it. And all the individual students will be able to do that. It's actually going to be part of the test when you get your certificate at the end of the class to know how to work a relay and a switch. So there's things like that we hadn't had time to do in the past, and in this class we'll do in the ongoing series of developing this education courseware.
That's cool. I mean, I was lucky enough to help on a lot of the last 3 classes we had with the 2-day quick start. So what are we adding beyond the quick start? I know it's going to be is it going to be the same quick start class as the last 3, and then you're going to add something else? What's the 3rd, 4th, and 5th day? What exactly is it?
So it's actually going to be just a little bit more on the installation side of gate operators. So we're going to actually dive into a little bit more theory in the classroom, which is always tough because sometimes it gets boring. But we're going to be doing intermediate stuff with the gate operator, which is not just physically just laying it down and setting it left to right. We're going to bolt it to a stand. We're going to hook it up to an actual the gate operator with it. We're going to connect power to it. And then we'll be able to connect some of the wireless loops together. And then we'll also be able to connect some of the access control stuff together. And then one of the biggest markets, I think, right now in the automatic gate and access control world is this the access control part of it and creating a reoccurring monthly revenue plan. So we've got 2 great operators in the industry, Cellgate and AES, that are going to come talk about their products, allow us to actually set up a database in the cloud, set up a user, set up a PIN code, set up a credential, and connect a reader to it. Cellgate, I believe they brought 5 different call boxes. So we're going to do that across all of them in the cloud, set up the database from start to finish. And then we're going to talk about building your reoccurring monthly revenue plan. So I think that's an exciting opportunity for us, and that's going to be a day and a half, and the rest will be intermediate gate operators. So
you know what I like about the access controls and teaching fencers to install gate operators, and I think I've talked to you about this, is half the country, it feels like, shuts down for the wintertime. And it's the one thing that just seems to continue on no matter what. When the weather gets bad, an apartment complex or something has an automatic gate, that thing goes down, they got to fix it. It's no matter wherever you're at, an automatic gate doesn't just stop. They don't just let it stop working for 3 months out of the year. You got to keep it up. So I'm hoping that as we get some of the fencers more into access controls or door controls, stuff beyond just the fencing, we can actually help them make money during those off-season time when it does slow down to keep that revenue coming. So hopefully some of these classes will get people, interested in some other areas of it. But before I get into this, I got this in the mail today.
What is it?
It came from Rachel. I was talking to Rachel. She was getting my address for this, and I didn't know what they were sending, but I'm sure Matt Warner and Rachel are behind this thing. So I blocked the address out there. But I'm gonna open this thing up live and show everybody what's inside this thing. I mean, it's rattling around. It's not making any weird sounds, but it's got a thunk, thunk, thunk. You hear that? That's pretty weird, right?
No ticking.
I don't know what it is. I think it's like a gate hinge or something, which is kind of odd. So we're going to open this here, right? Unhinged.
Unhinged hinge.
So we're going to open that thing up live in a second here. So, all the stuff you're talking about is kind of boring. So let's show this for a second. Let's see, get you on the right camera.
Cameras.
How about that? There we go. There we go. We're back on this camera, I guess. That camera didn't have any audio. Man. So what do you guys think's in this thing right here? Let everybody take a guess. Susan, I know you're watching. Has anybody seen these things opened yet? Okay. So I saw like 2 or 3 people that have it. Let's see what's inside. It says, unhinged. You've been selected to help solve a fence mystery. Now, top secret. So I don't know if I'm supposed to open this thing up. So Matt, if I wasn't supposed to open this up for everybody to see it, I'm sorry. I'm opening it up anyway. I cracked the seal on it. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so what do we got here? We got a picture. It looks like I see some of these characters I recognized. What can everybody see? If we get this on the right camera here.
Bend it a little bit. So it's there.
I'll post a good picture of this thing so everybody can see it. And there's a QR code on the back. I don't know if everybody's supposed to see that or not. It says it's a scan me for a sneak peek. So I will take a look at this and see what that's about. Unhinged. It's kind of cool. And it looks like we got a coffee mug. I'll be using this mug for sure. My salesman.
Crazier than a mug.
I'm not. It wasn't a hinge. It was a mug.
Is that it?
That's it. And then some blue stuff in there. Just some confetti. So I'm going to listen to that and see. I don't know what the mystery is. I don't know if anybody's figured out what the mystery is. We're going to find out.
I don't know. Well, while you're talking,
it doesn't say anything on there. Man, mysterious all the way to the end.
It's on the QR code.
Yeah, it's on the QR code. So we're gonna watch that. So hey, I'm not the only one that got some stuff in the mail though, am I?
What's 2 geniuses over here trying to figure out what QR code?
I'm not the only one. What did you get in the mail? So thank you to everybody that's been sending us stuff, by the way, for the Fence University. This is just tip of the eye. Oh, is that the Fence University stuff? What are we gonna do with that?
This is the Fence University. Check out this bad boy right here. All right.
So anyway, so see this? This is a planner that goes on a vinyl post, it appears. So it looks like it hooks onto a vinyl post, if you can see it. We got a couple of these in the mail. Who makes these? Let's see that.
Christian Barrio.
Yeah, let's see if we can get that up on the camera.
Oh, yeah. I don't think we can get it. on there easily. I don't know. I think you have to.
We're gonna rip it off.
I think you have to.
Okay. So it looks like it's fence pot. I don't know, man. You say that to the wrong person, right? Fence pot. So anyway, that's what it is. We'll take a look. I know I haven't taken these things out of the box yet, so we're gonna get a vinyl post in here and see what this thing looks like.
So it's made to fit a standard 6-foot fence post.
That's all it says.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's
Made
vinyl.
in America.
I'm assuming it's vinyl. It's got a picture of a vinyl fence, but if you could see it, I don't know, it's kind of hard to see on this thing with the light. It's got flowers inside of it. Inside of it's hanging off of a post. It's made in America, so fits most standard 6-foot fences. So we're gonna take a look. Maybe we'll see him at the fence show. We got to have something a little more techie than that, though, right?
Oh yeah. So people have been helping out with the Fence University. Quite a few manufacturers have been sending us products. So North Star sent us a bunch of loops today. That glare is bad. This is one of the cooler things that I've seen for all you access control and automatic gate installers out there. What this actually is it looks like a loop rack, but this little gray device on the middle actually is 3 loop detectors built in. So what you're able to do is actually take a Viking or an automatic loop rack and literally just take the Phoenix connectors out, which is generally what these are called generically. You take the Phoenix connectors out on both sides and you put this in place and your 3 loop detectors are already right there. You just set your frequencies and that's it. So thank you, North Star, for sending us that stuff.
So is that the loop detector?
This is the detector and the rack all in one, excuse me.
Wow.
Yeah, so each one, this is the 3 loop detectors actually in there.
Wow.
So you pull those 2 wires off, which would be, there are 6 conductors on one side. That's the 3 loops that you have. And then there's 5 conductors on the other side. That's the power and the communication to the gate operator. And you just slip that right in its place. You don't have to do any unwiring if you don't want to, and then just set your frequency of your loop detectors.
Well, North Star sent us a lot more stuff than this, so we'll have to take a look at that whole box full of things.
Yeah,
So
a bunch
take
of
look at that.
individual loop detectors. So we'll have one in our US Automatic Patriot, and then this one will get put on an All-O-Matic SL90.
Okay, cool.
So basically for you students that are out there, you're going to be able to mess with these, and let's break them in class before we break them out in the field,
Yeah.
okay? And then this week we also got in ProData Key sent us basically a full access control system. So there's 2 parts that they sent us. One of them is basically what connects to your network and glare.
That is a horrible glare, huh?
Yeah.
Let's open it up, though. Let's open it up, man. We don't need to be
You're
looking at
open
the
it up?
boxes. Let's open it up.
Do we?
What
Jeez,
Jesus?
oh,
And
man.
PDK. Is anybody familiar with PDK? I've done. Honestly, I've never really, I don't think, installed it. But I mean, I thought they were just for like storage complexes and stuff. You said they do them in other places.
No,
Do you put them anywhere?
This is a full access control system. I set up the database and I actually put Susan, myself, and you in there and just gave us full rights 24 hours, 7 days a week.
Let's open it up so they can see it, man.
Well, I know, but I put all the card readers on there too. This is like Johnny Carson, man. It's like- all right, so
Unboxing.
anyways, they did send us some credentials too. And in case you guys are wondering what credentials are, they're basically just tags, basically something that's a unique identifier that we can actually use as an individual identifier that we can actually scan.
So proximity cards.
Proximity cards, prox tags, branded PDK, and then it looks like this one's actually a swipe card because it actually has a particular direction that
So
it
this
goes.
is the first time you've opened this box.
Yes, it is. So basically, this connects to your network. This little white box will come out of there. This is the power supply that's sitting in there. You take that out and run your wires directly to this. And then what this will do is actually sit on your network and allow other wireless devices to connect to this, use the database that's in there, and then validate the credential, meaning allow access to the actual door. So you'll basically sit this right next to your network server and connect it to the network. And
Is it cellular then?
to be honest with you, I
It
think
looks
it's
like it's cellular.
I think it's
compatible, maybe.
no, I think it's you connect direct
Got
to
you.
Ethernet.
Okay, and
Yeah.
these are to connect the different door. It looks like for Windows doors.
Yeah,
whatever you want to hook up
so
to it.
any type of device. What we're probably going to do is we're going to hook this up to a RFID reader for a vehicle detection and have it actually open a gate. But this will be sitting inside the building, and the next device that I show you will be sitting outside with the wireless reader
So
connected to
you're
it.
going to be showing people how to hook these up.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I'm going to be showing you the technical part of it, and along with the manufacturers, they're going to be showing you the practical part of it, setting up the database and how that works actually out in the field. But I'll be showing you the practical part of it because you still have to connect a network connection cable to it. That's an important thing to do because most likely you're going to be making a custom cable for it, and you're going to be connecting wires to
So when
it.
you say custom net, you're talking about network like an internet, Ethernet, like you normally plug into your computer?
What we would call Ethernet cable. So
Okay.
it's an RJ45, but it is
Gotcha.
a Cat5 cable. Ethernet's the protocol. Cat5 is
So
the actual
where,
cable
real quick,
itself.
where would a fencer use that? What's an application where a fence company, not a, where we were out in the field, and what kind of customer would ask us to use one of those?
So from a fence perspective, you would have to most likely have an access control component to your business, but you could use it anywhere from agricultural to commercial to residential. Most likely in this type of cost level, you're probably in a commercial or agriculture. So you could be literally letting people in on the farm via vehicle tags. You could let your vendors into your commercial property via these hand tags. And then you can set all kinds of credentials. As an example, you don't want UPS in your facility on Saturday. You can actually block them out Saturdays and Sundays and only allow them from 8 to 5. So there's a lot of applications anywhere where you think you can use access control to limit access to a property or to something of value. That's where this stuff would come in handy. And although you think it's complicated, it really isn't. If you can connect a computer to the network inside your house, that's exactly what these are. And by the way, PDK has a really great training system that they ask you to take in order to learn not only how to install this stuff, it's all online, so it's really easy to do, but also how to sell this stuff. So if you're new, if you are a fencer, this might be a good opportunity for you to get into it because they teach you how to sell it too.
Will they be at next week here?
They won't be here next week. We just connected with them. Susan got in contact with them just recently, and we just formed a relationship here just recently. So, but they were at last year's show, and I think I saw a booth this year. So
I think so. Susan would have to
Susan,
double check it, but by the way, she did check, and Fence Pot will be at the fence show. So those pots that they will be at the
No
fence
way.
show. So you're gonna
Are
be able
you
to come
serious?
you'll be able to come see them at the fence show and touch and feel, and I'm sure maybe we'll get some plants in them hanging off of a
I
vinyl.
do
So,
not believe that.
yep. So if anybody's bringing vinyl fence to the fence show and wants to get one of those, let us know. We'll reach out to them. Let's see.
Yeah. And we need to find out whether it's actually just specifically for vinyl fence. It's just based on this cap, right?
It's standard 5-inch post, a vinyl fence post. So
Gotcha.
yeah, so we're gonna put on one here and check it out. But that's cool. So thank you if you're watching for being there. And Susan did just confirm that PDK will also be at the fence show in Security Expo in Las Vegas. So that's cool. Yeah.
Well, hopefully that's a good start of a good relationship, but they have a good product. And again, I think for you fencers, this is a no-brainer as far as having a reoccurring monthly revenue. And if you guys don't understand what I mean, I'm talking about mailbox money. Literally, after you install it, you're getting a small check in the mail for every door that you have actually out there. So it's a good opportunity.
Yeah. So you got what else? Is PDK?
So PDK. So the device I just showed you is actually what connects to the network in order for you to interface with the cloud, but it doesn't actually connect to the individual doors or gates. And this is where this would actually come in handy. Come in handy. So this outdoor controller, what it's designed to do is basically be in a weatherproof housing that's lockable, and you would install that next to a pedestrian gate, a door, a vehicle gate, or anywhere that you would put access to. And then that just takes a couple screws to mount this. It's got an antenna just like the other system, and then it communicates wirelessly to that node, and the node is just a point in the network. It communicates wirelessly to that, and then it validates their credentials and says, "Hey, these guys are good to go at this time in this place," and opens the vehicle gate for you. So I packed all these up.
Have you opened this one yet?
Now,
You haven't
this
seen this one
one,
either?
I haven't seen here. Oh, great. All right, so
There's a key in there?
it's key
Yeah.
somewhere. So that's what happens when you move from one place to the other. I'm sure everybody knows that.
Oh man, this one's locked up. We can't look
Yeah,
inside of it.
no. So basically, what's in here is just another circuit board with an antenna port on it that you actually plug into the top, and it's just that simple. It actually might not even have an antenna. Sometimes with these devices that are in these plastic housings, you can actually incorporate the antenna into the circuit board, so you don't have to have something sticking out. But this will actually sit by the gate or sit by the door, inside or outside, and then you run your wires from what's called the card reader, which is the device that recognizes one of these cards. It sends a wireless communication to that card reader, and then a wired communication over to this device, and then that sends a wired communication to get the credential validated, meaning is this person actually allowed inside this building at this time through this door. So that's what PDK said, and I think we have a couple other things.
Yeah. PDK, man, I mean, great product. I've seen them everywhere.
So
Yeah.
you have a fence business, right? So how did you make the leap from the fence business into the access control business?
I've always loved gate operators. You know, it was back, God, this going back 20 years ago, about when I started selling these things, believe it or not, online. Everybody says, you're crazy. No one's going to buy gate operators online. And I go watch. I sat there at my, I have my old, I think still have this old laptop sitting there. It was a little tiny laptop about this big, and built my first website selling gate operators and access controls. And every day I would drive over to the wholesaler and I'd pick up some operators. And back then it was like Miracle 2s, Miracle 1s, you know, a lot of those, and like anything I could fit in my car, and access controls. And I'd take it back and I'd box it up and check it off to UPS and FedEx. Next thing you know, I just really got into it and we started installing them. But, and I remember I had a guy work for me for a while, and he made it sound so complicated. He'd just come in and just install gate operators for me one at a time. And I was paying all this money, which is great because there's good money in it. But every time I went out there, I just saw this. It was the old SL3000s, the Elites, right? That was just pretty much all we installed, 1812s and SL3000s. I'm pretty sure was most of the operators going in back then. But anyway, so we would go out and look at it inside him, have to open it up when he wasn't there. And you had that plastic, clear plastic, and behind it, it would just be wires everywhere. So finally, one weekend he was out of town or something, and there was a problem in an apartment complex. Would you lose your sign?
Yeah, but
I go out there. I go out there and I unscrew the cover because I figured I had to turn this thing off and get in there. And next thing you know, I started pulling wires out of it, and it's just all these loose wires. He just cut a bunch of wires and put them in there. So all you could see was just a cobweb of wires that weren't even attached to anything. Then I go, wait a minute, I can do these.
Yes. Yeah, and you guys are already doing, the fence guys are already doing the hard work.
Yeah.
Digging holes is a lot harder than installing a gate operator.
Yeah.
And some of the disciplines that you guys have, such as welding and mechanical, understanding pivot points and leverage on fences, it's perfect for gate operators and gates.
Yeah.
So would you, if you had to do it all over again, you were going to start a fence company today, knowing what you knew from all that experience, would you actually get back into access control if you were just to start fresh?
Yeah, that's a tough question.
Because I think that's part of what we have a challenge at Fence University. Like every class is like, are we trying to talk these people into this, or are we trying to talk them out of it? Because it doubles the complication of the business.
Yeah, I think we're trying to talk people into it, but then I feel like half the time our industry is trying to scare them out of it as well, away from it. So we gotta, sure. But I think it's a great way for fence companies to grow their business, because you're already even out there. I find it baffling. You're out there for 2 weeks doing all the hard work, digging the holes, building the fence, and half the time you're even digging the holes for the operator pads and digging the track out and pouring the concrete for the track. You're doing all the hard work, and then a gate operator guy comes in like 4 hours and makes almost this guy right here.
Thank you.
And makes almost the same as you made all week or the last 2 weeks. And not that they don't earn it. The experience you gain doing this and the knowledge. If you spent the time and learn this, and you do take a risk because you're married to that project, any issues that go wrong with it. So you have to charge enough for it. So it's not that they're making that much more. When you walk away from a fence, your warranty and service calls are probably a lot less sometimes than a gate operator, because they want it 6 months to a year, and 6 months to a year warranty on a gate operator could be a lot more costly sometimes than the fence. They're definitely going to call you back if there's a problem, because the gate operator's not working. On a fence, they may or may not call back if there's something wrong, or maybe it's, they'll just fix it themselves or something. But anyway, so I think it's great. I would do it again. And I think if I had to start over, I probably would focus more on the access controls.
Would you look for a sub to start out with, or would you actually hire an employee?
I would train. If I had to go back, it would be training. I would take the time. I would slow down and not chase everything. I would take the time to learn, and learn to do it right. Because if you put the photo eye in correctly, you get less, you get less issues. You could put a photo eye, you put the wrong kind of photo eye in, or photo eye in incorrectly, and you're going to be out there every week for the next 4 months before you end up fixing it or replacing it correctly. So I think I would go, if I had to go back and start over now, I would take the time to learn how to install it correctly.
Gotcha.
Just to alleviate the warranty calls, and I would lower my warranty down to 6 months. So here, and I'd be real clear and real detailed about, hey, if I go out there and you say something's wrong with your gate operator, I'd be real clear saying, if I do go out there and it turns out it's your phone line or it's something else that's not related to me, you're gonna get charged whatever it is. You know what I mean, for that service call, as if I had to go out and fix it. So I think I would just be a lot more detailed on the warranty stuff.
Yeah, warranty stuff is tough. And if you're not doing it every day, it's a lot tougher, because if you're doing service every single day and your truck's already set up for it, pulling a warranty call and giving somebody credit for that is a whole lot easier than if you're just going out there once a week trying to fix something that you installed a month ago. What do we got on the chat?
We got some comments over here. Billy Grove, he's correct. If the gate doesn't work, then the whole fence is considered junk in the client's mind. So you could build this whole fence, go through all this work, and also the gate, if you're not careful and use either the wrong sub or your wrong guys, they can ruin the whole project for you by not getting it in time, or if it's not working, or if it just keeps having nonstop problems with it. And I think that also comes in with, it's weird because, sometimes you'll use an operator or something, that a brand or something you may not like, but because that it has a good name, it's got a strong name, you get parts and you can get stuff like that. So I think it's important to pick operators, not just on operators because you think they're going to last the longest, but you got to be able to service them as well and find people that can service them. And I think that's a big factor on it. But Billy is right. A customer, it can ruin a job if the gate operator goes astray in the very end. So yeah, keep up on that. What did Susan say? We've come a long ways. I saw that a second ago. Oh no, that was Rowdy. What's up, Rowdy? Things sure have come a long ways from the days of owning a mean junkyard dog. I don't even think you can have those anymore.
Oh yeah,
right. Yeah,
I get it now. I'm from Texas, a little slow on it.
Yeah.
But Susan that said PDK is American made. That's pretty cool.
I think she was talking about the fence pot.
Oh, the fence pot.
PDK American made. Yeah, I think that's what she was talking about. But another good product was Cartel. I saw you got some Cartel over there.
Yeah,
and that was some pretty cool stuff.
So if you're interested on more information on the PDK or the Cartel stuff, I did a little mailbox in depth with this stuff on the Gate Industry Only forum. So if you're not a member and you are interested, I do exclusive videos specific to that for the most part you can't find anywhere else, and I just leave them on there. So if you're not part of that Facebook forum, it's Gate Industry is the NIC group, but it's called Gate Industry Only. So Cartel, basically what these guys do is they make wireless or wired and wireless vehicle detection systems. So these can be anything from alerting a homeowner that a vehicle is in their driveway, to actually controlling the gate. They can do or turn on lights. So they can do a lot of different things, because ultimately at the end of the day, it's just a command device. But what they really have done great here recently is actually their wireless vehicle detection.
Look at this, man.
System.
This is a cool looking box. Hang on, look at this.
No, but I can see it.
I know you can. I literally want to see it. Look at that. I don't even know what all it is, but it looks pretty cool, whatever came in that thing. So let's pull it out and tell them what it is.
Okay, great. Why don't we have the?
Is this it's like your own little show over there for yourself, right?
Yeah,
there's other people out here trying to watch this.
The sign falling down and everything. This is really professional.
There's at least 5 people on there. We got 2 hearts and everything. At least show them what this stuff is.
1 heart for 1 heart. All right. So basically, there's really just 2 main components to this vehicle detection system. And again, what this is designed to do is alert a homeowner that a vehicle is there, So especially if you're on agriculture or on a farm, letting you know somebody is at the front gate is really helpful. But where we mainly use this in the gate operator world is actually as an exit device. So if a vehicle is detected by pulling up close or over this particular device, it will send a wireless signal to this receiver and open and give a command to open the gate. So this is what Jonathan over at Cartel would lovingly call the puck. And this device actually goes underground or at grade level. It's technically at grade level, but sometimes there's a little bit of dirt over it. But when you're coring into the ground and putting this in there, you want it flat because you need to be able to access it so you can actually change the battery. So this goes in the ground, and if you are doing it other than concrete, it comes with these little pins, these little stakes, and that actually gets twisted down on the side here and holds it down. Oh, lift it up, just tap it, and actually holds it down. So there's actually 2 of those. Again, this is battery powered. I think the battery is good 3 to 5 year
that's
life.
heavy. That's a chunk in there.
I think what it is actually just a big coil of wire that creates that magnetic field that detects.
You could feel that. It feels like a gallon of milk or something right there. I mean,
yeah, it's pretty heavy. Almost feels like a solid chunk of steel. Yeah. And then this is the device that actually goes inside the gate operator or in your home, and it turns on an alarm. But for our purposes, we're using it as an exit device, and it's got a couple of relays on it and just a power input, and then it allows you to set the sensitivity from here. And you can actually, if the gate is really far away from where you want this device, you can actually put a couple of these in series and actually have one as a repeater. So if you find that range is an issue, you can add another receiver and actually use it as a repeater. But it's relatively simple. It's a 4-wire installation, done deal. Just mount it with some double-sided tape or a couple of screws in there, and you're good to go.
Yeah, let's take a break for a second and watch this. I just like to watch any kind of auger dig a hole.
You got to sneeze or something. Just play that video.
Right, take a drink.
Yeah, there you go.
Scratch my nose,
So this they also sent us their wired version as well too. I'll let you look at this one. Oh snap! So this is their wired version of the exit device. Now, with the wired version and with wired products in general, Vanna, can you help me? With the wired products, just in general, yes, you may have some installation costs that are a little bit higher, but you don't have the issue of a battery dying or anything like that. The biggest thing with these is obviously you're somewhat limited by the length of the wire that it comes with, which is about 100 feet. You can extend it a little bit further. It's not recommended. But the key thing with this is 1/2-inch PVC needs to go into the end of this. And that will help you with your warranty.
Why is that?
Because
not the whole way. Just
not
like how far?
Well, me personally, I do it the whole way. Okay. But to be honest with you, I don't know if they recommend just this, 10 feet, but I think they recommend having it quite a bit, the distance. So I don't know if that's just to protect that edge so it's not jiggling around where their pressure point is on that, but you have to run PVC directly into that. And I think that may affect your warranty as well.
So what's the difference between this and just a standard exit probe? Or is there?
No, for the most part, there's not. You have the same functionality, same cost of installation, and for the most part, you have the same pickup range. Cartel is one of those companies in the industry that's just known for reliability. Yeah. And then you may wonder why there actually is a cover that's on top of this if there's no battery to replace. Sensitivity settings and a little bit adjustment.
It's still heavy, so that other one wasn't just all battery.
No, not battery. I was thinking it was coil of wire actually to create.
And you can open this up. I don't know if you could see that, but there's some Phillips head screws in there. So you would there be a reason to open this up for maintenance or anything?
No, not for maintenance, but just for sensitivity settings.
Oh, okay. Okay. So they have some settings in there. So that's
Yes.
a big difference
Yeah.
between the standard and the Pro. So we got our standard, looks like our standard 5 wires, power, and then that's just your common, normally open, normally closed.
Yeah, I'm assuming that the other one is normally closed, but you might have one of those might be a ground, just normally
Okay.
open and ground. Sometimes they have a shield on those, sometimes they don't.
Okay.
So, but it's easy enough to go to Cartel. I believe it's cartel.com. Yeah, cartel.com, and it'll give you the instructions. All right,
I know we've just had tons and tons of other stuff. So I think we got to start pulling some of those out here and let people see them. So
only if people are interested. Do you guys like us doing these product reviews? Do you want to see more product reviews? I like them, but at the end of the day,
yeah.
if you don't, it don't matter.
We like to talk access. We like to talk access controls around here. We get excited when we get a box with goodies inside of it. So we have boxes we haven't even opened yet. So Fence University next week. Can they still get seats to that?
So you can still get seats to that. Go to fenceuniversity.com/training. There's actually 3 different packages that you can get, which is Monday and Tuesday is one price, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is another price, or you can buy them all together for a substantial discount. So yes, all of that stuff, all the links on there. And for the most part, you don't need to worry about bringing anything. If you got gloves and eye protection and a multimeter, that would be great. And the last I checked, right down here at the Orleans, which is a block.
The Orleans, we call it the Orleans around here, but
At the Orleans in Nevada is where it is here in Nevada. So apparently it's Nevada and the Orleans over here at the Orleans. Last time I checked, the hotels were less than $50 a night. So it's not that big of an expense. And these will be the cheapest that you ever see these prices. We will not be doing this. Actually, again, this is the least expensive because it's a 5-day class. It's our first one. So we wanted to try it out on a small group of people and invite some of the people that we like to help us train.
New Orleans, cool little hotel too.
Yeah, it's close by.
Hey, it's fencer friendly because that's where all the fencers go after work. So there's one of those crocodile bar or something that's just surrounded with fencers every night after work. And I want to talk for a second about FWA Health. It is really picking up steam. So if you don't have any health coverage, or if you're looking for health coverage, you don't have to have 5 employees to get on this. You can put 1 employee on it. Go to fwahealth.com. We don't sell health insurance, so I can't get into the details on that myself, but we did go through a lot of work to arrange this. So really, really reasonable fees for the kids to get health insurance. So there's no reason not to get some for your employees, from $50 to $200, I think, depending on the family. I don't know. Go on there and take a look at it. It's been really getting popular a lot lately. We've been seeing more and more people reaching out to us, thanking us for setting it up. And I know Susan, reach out to Susan. She's used it a ton of times. So don't be afraid to reach out to her or somebody from FWA if you have a question on it. That's fwahealth.com. Take a look at that. I just wanted to get on here. I know it wasn't going to be a regular scheduled show, but we're happy for everybody that tuned into this. We will see you next Wednesday. We'll be going live from your class.
Oh, will we? All right, cool.
Yeah.
So are you going to do some exclusive interviews?
Yeah, we'll do some interviews with pretty much everybody you got coming. Give us a quick rundown again of who's going to be helping you do these classes or coming in for presentations on it.
So Brian Dixon from BD Loops is going to do his Everything You Need to Know About Loops class. We got Troy from Cellgate. We got Matthew from AES Global. Cellgate's relatively simple. He's going to bring all his call boxes. We're going to go through each one of them. Matthew from AES is going to do his wireless loop and their call boxes. And then we got Ron Hines from SAS is going to tell you all the benefits of picking a great distributor as a strategic partner. And he's going to give us some ideas about layout, and then you and I.
Yep.
So
I'm excited. So stay tuned next week. There should be jam-packed full of people coming on the show. So we will probably do some updates till then. Thanks again, Brooks, for staying and doing this.
yes,
I appreciate
no
it.
problem.
All right. Have a great rest of the week, everybody. We'll talk to you later.